There we go. Wow! What the fuck is up? How you doing, man, from there? Here's your hydrate. Got some Baja today. Tastes like zero sugar. What the fuck is up, chap? We got the Steam Fishing Fest going on right now. That's cool. Man, I love fishing. Oh, this looks fun. Is this a puzzle game? It's like a traffic puzzle game. Yeah. You're good. You're good. You are good. Oh boy, what's up, chat? What do I have for y'all? Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do today, or for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna have some. That's amazing. Um, um, we'll see. We'll see what we have coming forward. I got most of my schedule for the rest of the year. So from now until October, it's gonna be kind of brutal for us Speed McPean heads. I am gonna have to make some changes, unfortunately. Um, so it's kind of what we got going on right now. Um, I am gonna hopefully try to do a new thing where I don't promise when I'm gonna stream, because I've had like maybe 2 or 3 consecutive days where I was supposed to stream and then something happened. Um, and I felt bad, but also had to do some shit. So that's how it goes. And with my current work schedule, I cannot do this as consistently as I did last year. At least without some big ass changes. Yo, oh shit, hang on. My alerts are busted. Sorry, or not busted, but I forgot to boot them up. See, this is how you know it's been a while. This is how you know it's been a while. Here comes the bots. I my ass cannot re-give you this alert, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could kinda hang on. Can I do it manually? Let me see. Let me see. Regardless, thank you for the 10 months, Mom. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Can I? Nope. Nope. I cannot. Sorry. Sorry about that. Normally I remember to have it up, but it's been rough streaming wise. What? Unacceptable? I know it sucks. But it is what it is. It's part of the thing about this being a hobby than over a job, right? um, I got to be able to pay rent somehow. Mm. But hopefully, going forward, I can make some adjustments that will be acceptable for my current schedule, and would arguably be pretty chill for y'all. Um, you have a cup of pee and drained your coffee? Whoa, 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 man! From now, I think you need to cycle back around here, bud. Flip that, reverse it. Welcome back. I'm glad you had a good coffee. Mm. And got your cup of pee though. Um, let's see. So for now, the one thing I will say is I will probably be starting earlier soon. No, I don't want to close this. We need the we need the bot. Just make sure it's active. There we go. Okay, so now alerts will work. Once again, apologies, Mom. Where did I place? Oh, it's plugged up right now. Let me go grab my my phone so I can kind of figure out when we're gonna have the big schedule shift. But yeah, I am gonna stop. I'm gonna stop guaranteeing streams for now, just because I don't know when I'm gonna have to pick up work, and other things. And like today, I knew I was gonna be getting off at 2, but I needed to go get some food and shit. So I didn't actually come back until about 2:30, I think. So that's why we're starting later. And on top of it, for the summer, I'm in a game. So I will be ending stream today early. So that is that. Tuesdays are still going to be off. Sundays are probably going to be the same. And I don't think there's going to be too many changes to Saturday. I might actually be able to run for longer on Saturdays, assuming I don't have work, because I don't have to drive too much anymore. Potentially, we'll see about that though. We'll figure that out. What else do I have? What else do I have for you guys? I need to do so much. I haven't booted up my computer in a hot minute, or at least for longer than a couple of hours. Let's see where we're at. So next stream, tentatively, will be Wednesday. I should be okay for Wednesday, depending on how I am from work, because I gotta do chores tomorrow, and then I have work. And I'm already, like, my body has been kind of fucked up. For a couple of days, I've been sore. And my voice is slowly but surely coming back. I kind of killed it on Saturday. But it sounds much better today than it does. I am gonna try and rest it tomorrow, and we'll see where it's at. What else? So as you guys already know, I've talked about this earlier, both I think just straight up last month and earlier this month. But I will not be streaming from the 19th to the 22nd. And that is because I will be gone. I will be having a good time at an expo, with me and the boys. So that is what's going to be going on there. I'll talk more about that on Monday's stream, which will probably be similar to today, where I start later, because I have work. Um, and yeah, once I hit like August, we're cooked in terms of streaming. Um, I have like I want to be able to promise a good schedule for July, but I don't feasibly think I can do that. August, September are pretty booked up. October is fine for now, but more stuff could be announced. Um, but after that, I do know that my last show is the 30th of October. So November, December, we should be good beyond like vacation stuff for family and whatnot. Um, and then yeah, yeah, that's where we're at. Probably won't be starting back up work wise after that until April. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Next year. Your face when level 40 Corin sweeps the level 30 stage. I mean, you're over level. It is good that you're able to do it with just one person, though. What else do I got? Other things. I feel really bad because this is like the second time I've dropped. I guess technically the third time I've dropped something. But it is the second time it's been due to whatever. Um, Obviously, I dropped Fallout 1. Just because I could not handle the monotony of grinding in that game. To be able to tank a bunch of super mutants with big ass weapons, and I was like, okay. And I had killed the one recommended spot for grinding in that game. So it was just kind of hell. And then Fury, of course, was just because I did not like it. I didn't want to drop Oblivion, but we might be doing that. And I'll just play that on my own time. Because as fun as it is, I just think it's a little too different for this channel. And I am unable to keep with my level of standards with it. I can't maintain a consistent storyline if I stream like once or twice a week. So we'll see what happens with that. We may just play through it on the orc file as normal instead. So we can still go with the build. I'll hang here, obviously, and we'll see what's going on with that. That doesn't mean I'm still like I'm not gonna experiment with stuff, and that doesn't mean that we won't have another RP type stream potentially. Just because that stuff is fun for me. And I honestly found it to be a very good way to play through an Elder Scrolls game. But I just feel like there's going to be a lot of work on my end to sort of maintain a lot of stuff with that game. And I think it is much easier to stream, you know, roguelites and stuff, since I know that most people are here for me yapping. And we like chatting about random shit, whether it be rally cars or how many famous German people I know. So that is sort of where we're at right now. I I want to try and find something. I want to find that niche. That's I think going forward, plans for stream, going forward. I want to find that niche, the thing that brings people here, because I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere. Or let me rephrase. I don't want to pigeonhole myself. I don't want to put myself in a box where I only play like COD or Counter-Strike, you know? I really like being a variety streamer, which makes it really difficult. Because, there's a hell of a lot of variety streamers out there, and, all of them are working hard, whether it's just as hard or harder than me, at this whole streaming thing. And so I need to find that one thing that sort of sets me apart, beyond just the chatting section, just thinking from a larger scope. And I am pretty much just going to play around with some ideas, hopefully sometime in the near future, especially now that I have a little bit of income to sort of throw at this channel, including the fact that, the inconsistency means I get paid from Twitch less. We're just kind of trying. We're going to be dicking around. Yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now. I am glad that all of you have been sticking around, though, as I kind of fuck around with this little experiment. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's been good, and I want to continue doing this for as long as I can. Until it's no longer feasible, which isn't fitting my schedule anymore. So that's sort of where we're at right now. I am currently in the process of uploading all of June. I think I have got maybe 1 to 2 May VODs left. My big hurdle right now is the 24-hour stream, for a multitude of reasons. Number one, when I exported it, the first time it ended up failing, and it failed in the last little portion. Number two, it is broken up. For some reason, exporting it directly from Twitch has broken up the file into 3 parts. The last part literally only being 12 minutes long, which is really fucking annoying. And I am trying to figure out where I sit with that now. I don't know if, because I kind of want it all in one go. That's sort of the point, right? And I don't know if I'm going to just have to wait, because it's going to end up being, if I were to download it, it'd be like 50 gigs or more. It's going to be a massive file. And then I subsequently have to upload that myself, which would take several hours minimum. So I'm still figuring that out in the little bit of time that I have when I'm able to. So that is another thing I'm trying to stay on top of. But other than that, we're pretty chillin'. On to some less important news. Just some more chill-ass stuff. I have... currently my new shoes are gone. They're at the bottom of the stairs. And my ass is too lazy to go and get them right now. But I got some new shoes and some new pants. Haven't worn these pants yet because they're way too long. Because that was the intention. We got them long so that way I would cut them, which is going to be kind of fun. And I actually tried them on not too long ago. And I look mad goofy, which is honestly great. But I got myself a pair of Carhartts over here. Big boys. Big pants. I'm going to be... The geeked up swag is indeed what's going to happen. So these bad boys are really, really good stuff. Really rigid, really nice. Very excited to add those into the wardrobe. and I'm going to be doing some shopping. And this is why I don't want to say I'm necessarily 100% sure that I'm going to stream on Wednesday. Because I recently tore a hole in my pants. And I have a dwindling pants supply. Here's my holy pants. Hello, chat. So I have to do some shopping so I can have that swag, you know. So that's been some fun. I have been drawing, I have been reading, and I have been listening to some music as well. As far as new drawings that I have not shown on stream goes, I got my goat, Hank Hill. I added some more random shit to this page here. Holy pant, I know, right? Big ass pants. Good pants, too. As long as I don't grow out of them, they're going to be great. Really good stuff. But we have all kinds of stuff. Some more just little practice. Try to do some geometry with, from memory. I was trying to make a pair. This is actually a speaker that I have. And I did a little bit of a book, an Elmore Leonard book. It actually continues on off the page, but I only wanted to capture a certain section of it because the shape was interesting at the angle I was looking at. We have this guy. I don't have much to say about it. I feel like I showed this off already, actually. No, I definitely did, but this is more important. This is the thing that everybody should be excited about. This is our Lord and Savior right here. We got Hank motherfucking Hill. That was a lot of fun to do. Some more just practice. Hell yeah, I know, right? Hell yeah. More random practice. The rest of this page is going to get full when I am warming up. I always take a page or two to warm up. And then here's another one of these random sketches of me just kind of doing stuff. Again, it has a name. It's like spontaneous sketching or something like that. Like there's no real purpose. It's just kind of like paying attention to the form and the notion of everything and building from there. So I ended up doing these like droplets, and that's why this right here, they ended up in little threes. So I was like, I'm gonna keep with that, keep with the threes here, and then it's got a bunch of eyeballs for no fucking reason. And then there's one down here in this corner. Grant us eyes ass page. Exactly. How you doing, Haunt? What's up? Welcome in. So that's what I've been doing art-wise for my art heads in the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to have some time tomorrow to do more while I'm working. But we'll see. Because I might just end up reading anyway. But since I'm only on night shifts now, me and my coworker will probably be yapping, and I won't have much time to do any of that. As far as reading goes, I'm about a little over halfway through my Carl Hiaasen book. Let me see which chapter I'm on. Because I know I stopped before I had a chapter. Chapter 17. I've not read chapter 17, but that is where I'm at. Highly recommend Bad Monkey, at least so far. The ending could fall flat, but I doubt it. Shit's been very good. Carl the Goat, yeah, I'm slowly but surely establishing Carl is the goat, especially because I didn't realize I read Hoot in like middle school or some shit. So I like his stuff. Very good stuff. I have a bunch more coming in that I'll be reading through too. His children's books are goated. Scat top 10 all time. I think I only ever read Hoot. I don't think I got into all of his stuff. But I know your ass is, I'm assuming, still an avid reader. If that should change, genuinely, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Um, but so that's what I'm doing book wise. Music wise, I think I hit 100 albums already. I haven't logged them. I'm at 99 right now, but I have like 5 albums I need to log real quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You got banned from your school library and you still haven't found a way? You still haven't found a way to crack open a book? Oh yes. I figured that is what would happen. Lost your attention span? Do you have TikTok, I guess just social media brain rot in general? Because that's what happened to me for a while. And then work kind of allowed me to work, and my phone spending too much allowed me to actually start reading again, which has been great because I didn't realize I missed it. I also appreciate being able to like pick stuff out that I want to read myself. Try and move past that, yeah. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. I think the biggest thing for me has been uh, deleting them. I the hurdle right now that I have is I'll still pull up Twitter on my web browser. But I've removed them all from my homepage and stuff, so I'm just not on social media nearly as much unless I'm physically at my computer, which has been nice. Um, and also just having the realization that like I could be spending my time doing something different, like reading a new tabletop RPG book. Um, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I try to do as much as I possibly can without overloading myself on things. Okay, let's see what I have listened to. To start, I listened to Rock of Ages by Billy Strings. If you're really, really into blues, highly recommend Billy Strings. The first track on Rock of Ages, titled Dust in a Baggie, is very, very, very good. Billy Strings and Don Julian? Don Julian? Don Julian. I got the complete Hellboy waiting when you're ready. Oh hell yeah! I've got 1 or 2 volumes of Hellboy right now. Not up here with me, sadly. But that is definitely one I have been wanting to jump into for a minute now. Um, check out the new Ghost album yet? I think so. I listened to a Ghost album recently. Mm, I think it was Beyond Impera, because that was earlier this year. Let me do a little Control F ski here. Nope. Nope. I have not been on the Skeletor train, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Imperia was my last Ghost album I listened to. Because I did prequel last year, I'm pretty sure. and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm in the mood. Let me check this out. It was good. Debuted at number 1. That's huge. Huge and massive. So I listened to a French guy. I originally thought he was a French rapper, and then I found out that he's actually just a producer. But it was very good. A lot of the tracks were great. Literally only one of them was in French. Everything else was in English, which kind of was surprising, or had no lyrics whatsoever. But I do recommend Be My Guest by Tenere if you're interested in... It's definitely electronic. I don't know where else I would put the genre. It's not like house or anything like that. But it is good nonetheless. I need the accents. Where do I have any accents in the name? Or am I gonna have to like... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Get rid of that one. What else? Today I listened to some good stuff too. The first album I listened today was My Side Bitch Beat My Main Bitch Up. Now My Side Bitch Is My Main Bitch by RXK Nephew. And the reason I started listening to Nephew was because he released a John Fetterman diss track that I just haven't been able to stop listening to. And it was really, really fucking good. And I was like, oh, let me check out what this guy's all about. And so far, I think that album is a great sort of introduction to his music. Beyond the John Fetterman diss track, because the John Fetterman diss track is amazing. Go stream John Fetterman by RXK Nephew right now. It's so good. Oh, it's so fucking good. Fuck Fetterman sheets. Better than the Wawa. So fucking true. Shout out Sheets. Shout out Sheets. What else? What else did I listen to? I had one more album. Yes. Oh, and I need to plug my headset in right now, actually. Give me 1 second. Because otherwise I'll forget. I listened to Illmatic by Nas. I might have listened to Illmatic already when back in high school. But my boy Travis was like, I've listened to a couple more hip-hop albums. Here's some recommendations. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not listening to anything right this minute while I'm scrubbing and mopping these dressing rooms. So, yeah, Illmatic is great. It's a classic for a reason. Shout out Nas. I mean, there's a reason he's a legend. One of the GOATs. Genuinely, that's all I have to say about it. Tap in. Oh shit, that's right. I also listened to a Rocket album. I found this like rock. They're definitely rock, probably indie. Not in the same sense of indie in terms of like indie as a music genre. Because I feel like indie is a little different than like how we expect video games to be. Goodness. Give me 1 second, chat. But they were really good. The album is called Versions of You. I think what was recommended to me? Their last song, Take Your Aim, was recommended to me, just, YouTube. I think I finally fixed my YouTube algorithm, so it's starting to it is fully recognized that like I've been listening to a bunch of different music, so it will constantly recommend me new stuff I've listened to, so that way I'm not listening to Headlock every 10 minutes. Not that Headlock is bad in any by any stretch of the means. We love Imogen Heap here in this chat. She's the GOAT for a reason. But that has, I think that wraps up everything I've listened to. That I recently, so that way I can go ahead and close out of this. Which does officially put me at 104 albums listened to this year. And given the fact that we're supposed to be at about 60 right now, I would say that we're doing very good. We are pretty much on track. To at least be, well, I was to say, we're definitely triple digits by the end of the year. We'll see. Once we hit 120, then we're super Gucci. But I have all kinds of stuff on here, lots of good recommendations, and we'll go through them either at the end of the year, or next year, like I did earlier this year. So I will go through all of this and like highlight all of my favorites over the year. But I have some really cool stuff in here. Because like I bet none of you know who the fuck Gerson King combo is. I don't think I have any knowers in the chat. Trying to think of some albums that I probably wouldn't. I'm sure you can. I've recognized that there's still so much music out there that I haven't listened to. Indevity! Oh my goodness! It's been a while. What the fuck is up? Okay, try something. You got it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Man, from Nar, you know I've heard that shit. And before stream ends? No. I can't do that to Indevity. I haven't seen them in ages. It's been a couple months. It's so funny. OK Computer's one of like the 2 Radiohead albums I've actually listened to. I think next on my list, the stuff that I'm picking out, aside from like albums I already have, because I got a couple recommendations. I got a mixtape About Nothing by Whale, Princess of Power by Marina, and Full Circle, Drowning Pool. My next group that I might try to take a little bite out of is System of a Down. Have I listened to Lateralis yet? I have not. Sorry, Thunder. Yo, I thank you so much for the sub. The alert will go through should you share it. But thank you for the Prime sub, Indevity. Holy moly. How does one share? You might have to refresh the browser, but usually when you have a recurring month or whatever, it goes, oh, you've subscribed, and it'll give you a little message box. That is the only time I have been able to see my resubscriptions trigger. So my alert should be on now. The bot is in the chat. If it doesn't cook, I'm sorry, they're broken and I need to do some updates, but that's what happens. But thank you. Absolutely massive. I'm glad to have you here. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? I assume since we last spoke, you finished. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. Yes. I hope you have finished Dragon Quest III since the last time we spoke. Let me know what you're playing, what you're doing. Yes, the Dragon Quest alerts. That is definitely staying, even though I know it is styled like Deltarune. Oh, you haven't bought it yet. I see. Well, I definitely recommend when you can. Graphics card has been broken for months. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. Hopefully, I assume with you being here right this minute, it is back. Can't afford a new one right now. So you're just waiting on a new one. You're on your iPad. Oh, okay. Look, I absolutely know the struggle. I'm hoping that I will not have to update my my hardware for a bit now. But I'm gonna have to do that soon. That is coming. You'll get back to it soon? Good. Tool. I have not listened to any Tool. So I will add Lateralis to my list of things I need to listen to. Because I know Tool is up there in things that I am sure people will start recommending to me, especially since I have been trying to listen to more metal and things like that, because my ass could use a wider taste in music. Did you drop for the stream? Let's go. You absolutely did. Posture check. I got you. I'd be shrimping. Yes, you did. Thank you very much. No, the last little foray for metal I listened to was Shogun, by Trivium, and I guess it's kind of metal. Deadwing, Porcupine Tree. Vamp is a little bit more emo, but has some metal leanings. Vamp by Magnolia Park. And Periphery 3. Porcupine Tree rules, yeah. Got tons of metal Ricks. Have I ever checked out Man of War? I have not. The main band that I want to put more people on is Komori. They only have 2 albums because they're no longer making music together. So it's very, very easy to get a little listen to, and both of the albums are really, really good. So highly recommend listening to Komori. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. I don't know if I have any pop stuff that I can recommend. It's mostly just been metal and blues. Been doing some blues. I listened to a Worthy Kids album it was a concept album inspired by Balatro. So we got that. Metal. Ever heard of Skillet? Oh yes, I've absolutely heard of Skillet. I have indeed heard of Skillet. Do you have a favorite album by Skillet or favorite song? Yeah, Skillet did Monster. Grew up listening to Resistance. For like a good 5 years, it was in your top 5 songs every year. Oh, hell yeah. off of Unleashed. Yes, I will give them a shot. I will give them a shot. I've been listening to all kinds of stuff from Opeth to a little bit of Sleep Token, St. Vincent. Slabdragger was really good. Volbeat's not really metal. Now your top artist is Childish Gambino. Purely because of his lyrical wittiness. Yes. Childish Gambino is absolutely fantastic. Did you listen to Ben O'Stone? It was his most recent album. Dream Theater? No, don't have any Dream Theater on here either. Did I? Good, you did. Good. I was just making sure you weren't like only listening to his old stuff. Because I know they're very different. You know, if I were to compare his most recent album with some of his older stuff. Eat, Sleep, and Breathe, all of them? Good. To this day, I still listen to Lithonia. Anytime it pops up or I'm thinking about it, I really love that song. Very experimental, I'd agree. But in a good way, of course. Triumph of Steel. Okay, let me get this. Let me get Unleashed first. For Skillet. Triumph of Steel. Yeah, I'm a big rap guy. That is my favorite genre. Oh my god, Manowar looks sick as fuck. Is it like some Dio shit? Like fantasy metal? Power metal? That's the shit I like. Like I just know instantly if I hear something that gives Dio, I'm like, ooh, that's good. Power metal? Good. Power metal I always associate with fantasy stuff. Which is really funny. So we're in good hands then. Yo, afternoon, what's up, Lego? Work was good, plenty of projects to work on. Just finished test 2 of linear algebra. Got a B. Good. Thursday, Friday off. I'm thinking about what you want to do Saturday night. So I'm not gonna be there this week. I'll be there next week. I'm gone. I'm at a convention as of Thursday. So you don't have to plan anything. But we will get you next week. Spear Horse and Cherokee's your favorite in the album. It goes insane. Hell yeah. I can get behind listening to more power metal. That sounds good. Have fun. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I'll let you know how it goes. And we will make sure to link up next week. Assuming next weekend is not the one shot. I don't exactly know when that is going to be. I just know it's supposed to be coming up. See you, Devity. Thank you for popping in. We'll chat a little bit later next time you pop in. Thank you so much. It's always a joy. Always a joy to see you in chat. Have fun throwing your darts. Get really good for me. I can only get good in Yakuza. So when you're saying your level 20 character, hold on, because I will DM you. I don't know how much you have your character flavored yet. I know you have the build, and the build won't matter against, but I have a concept I'd like to present to you if you so choose and are interested. Unless you've already got that, like the flavor, the character down, and in which case you're good. But I was thinking I have a concept I'd like to see, or that I think would be really funny. And I know we have a couple of players that'll be bringing new characters in, and I know, so I don't know if that would be something one of the three would be interested in. Not set in stone? Cool. I will hit you up and let you know. If it's in do not feel like you have to do it in any capacity. It's only if you think it's going to be interesting. Because I don't want to, you know, pressure you into playing an archetype you don't want to play. But remind me. Still Clay, not been fired yet. Good. Just remind me after stream, DM me, and I will let you know my kind of idea that I have going on right now. And we'll do some of that. If I'm looking for more power metal, you also like Gamma Ray? Gamma Ray. Gamma Ray. Do you have a particular album you want me to listen to, or should I just pick whichever album cover looks coolest? Holy shit, they have a lot. Yeah, of course. Take your time. No rush. But yeah, I have an ass load of stuff I've been listening to this year. It has predominantly been different flavors of metal, which is really funny. Because like it's not been something that I've just been like, oh, tell me your favorite metal. Like I just ask people word of mouth, like give me an album. And funny enough, most people have been just naturally giving me metal, which has been really silly. And I've been really enjoying that. And I now know I don't have to swear off the entirety of the genre, which is nice. We can get rid of this album. Move these to the front so they don't get buried. Perfect. Hell yeah. Blood Religion is only on their best of? I don't know. I don't think that's correct either. It should be on Majestic. Master of Confusion? Got it. Got it. Ooh. Majestic jump scare. Say this. And Master of Confusion. Still working on getting in a Dream Theater, get an album rec over once I have a favorite. I've got a couple of boys that listen to Dream Theater. I'm pretty sure bare minimum at least CJ and Travis do. I know I've heard Dream Theater mentioned a couple of times, especially while we're talking about Mastodon and stuff. So if you want some like go-tos from them, feel free to hit them up. Artian on BOC. Do you mind expanding that acronym for me? Blue Oyster Cult? Yeah. I am a Blue Oyster Cult man. I don't think I have listened to Fire of Unknown Origin. I think if I've listened to an album, it was Agents of Fortune. So I can go ahead and I mean that's an easy thing for me to throw on though. Big fan. I've definitely heard some songs from Fire of Unknown Origin. Had to have the album cover is super familiar. Yeah, Burning for You. Cool. It's really funny. I missed the hey, Chad, you're about to get hit with ads. Me panicking over almost knocking down a plastic cup. Welcome back, normies. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. We should have probably one more ad break. I'm gonna go to about 5:30 today. Should about for another hour and a half. Fixing the issue, linking Prime. Great news. Always happy to have your Primes. Give me your Primes. The Bezos bucks, baby. Yes, I see it come in. There we go. Yeah, baby. Welcome to the subscribers. Yes. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy your emotes. We got a couple. I need to reach out. I should be having some more. I'm not gonna say soon because I don't know when. I need to reach out to the artist. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. I'm trying to think if I have any recommendations of just some insane shit that I've got. If you like what we're currently listening to, I recommend pretty much anything by Macro Blank. I think there's only been like one Macro Blank album I was not a fan of. I feel like I don't need to recommend Frou Frou. But if you're an Image and Heap fan, you should already know about them. I have one King Giz album that I've listened to, and I need to do more. Loudness was really fun. If you want some like Japanese rock that's it's got a really, really good sound, definitely check out Guitar Wolf. Oh, my necky. And then I got Infinity Rules. Now I got Infinity. King Giz. Cool. Slap that shit on my list as well. I think the Giz is pretty sick. From the one album I've listened to so far. And I could always listen to more, of course. Whole album is songs that bleed into each other. Good. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So you can just, loop it, I guess. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I had this really funny thing. I was listening to the Lisa soundtrack on vinyl. And typically with records, for those of you who are not familiar with vinyl records, when you listen to a side all the way through, it gets to a point where it will stop and then the arm resets. The really cool thing with the Lisa soundtrack is it'll get to the end, and then it will loop the weightlifting noise. And for those of you who don't know what the weightlifting noise is, it is a soundbite from Shenmue. While he's like pushing boxes or something in one of the many Shenmue minigames. So it's like, ugh! And so you just hear that on loop until you flip the disc, which is just kind of funny. It's something I've never seen done on a vinyl record. What else do I got? 17 Dead in Caldwell County, Missouri, Executive 44. I don't remember that. And it is the downside to some of these. Is like I'll listen to them and it's like I don't really remember that. But like on the other hand, I completely remember The Divine Punishment by Diamanda Galas. Really cool album. Let me give a quick shout out to where I get a lot of my interesting stuff. If you are like me and you're like really trying to find just anything, really interesting stuff, not like not your well-known artists. Well, that's debatable because there are he does have well-known artists. Check out the Vinyl Junkies stream. It's one of my absolute favorite channels on this website. He's trying to reinvent radio, basically. So if you're really into that, you want to be able to chat with the DJ literally live while he's playing you something that you probably have not heard before. Check him out. Give him a follow. Go listen in. It's a great place over there. Sam is awesome. Um, are you a Linkin Park fan? Father John Misty. Yep, yep, yep. I have some wild stuff on this list. I love how I started the year with fucking New Jeans. It's literally my first album of the year was Magdalena Bay's Imaginal Disc. The second was New Jeans. That's really funny. Oh, and then I listened to Mercurial World, also by Magdalena Bay. Not really. Um, Fair and valid. In that case, I will not give you Turkish Linkin Park. Um, I do have Turkish funk though, as well. I hope that wasn't two albums. I don't think it was. Shout out Steely Dan. I have Japanese metal. That's not baby metal. Um, I think Melt Banana was also Japanese metal. They're fine, but new metal makes you smell your dad's cologne even if you listen to it for too long. Okay, that's understandable. I've not been going too hard into new metal yet, but I do have. I have been getting some new metal flavor recently. Um, but that much I completely understand. Here, okay. I'm of all the things I've just been throwing out at you. I'm gonna give you something insane. Never Ender by Justice, very good, very good, very good. We love justice in this house. We love justice in this house. Um, we fucking love justice in this house. I'm giving you ha ha. You're listening some Beres Manco. It might be Manco actually, because I'm pretty sure this C is a J in Turkish. Um, Justice fills some of the hole left by the bots, not all but some. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not unfortunately not going to get a anything that'll quite touch Daft Punk in the slightest, unless they're trying explicitly to sound like them. Um, the thing that really had me upset is the new Tron movie is going to be composed by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. And I was like, that's going to be really cool. Um, and I I thought that was a very very interesting pick, given the fact that the second Tron movie was obviously Daft Punk, and that is kind of what fit the whole vibe. And then I was instant all my movie all the interest that I had for that movie was instantly killed um, by um, uh, Jared Leto. Jared Leto, being the main character. Anyway, listen to Hall Hall. It's really good. It's Turkish funk. There's a conspiracy to put Leto in Everything You Love. Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. Um, Trent Reznor did the soundtrack for Challengers as well. And everything that I've heard from I haven't seen the movie, but everything that I've heard from the soundtrack is crazy good. Between this and the Haunted Mansion movie, you can't get a fucking win. I know they just need to stop, especially like Disney. They just need to stop using him. His brand of method acting is not great, and I don't like the fact that he is a super creep. and has had several different allegations and just really weird scenarios regarding him. Hopefully the credible allegations that just came out will sink him. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. But we'll see, you know, because he's also got the money. It shouldn't have reached this point. I agree. We probably should have stopped hiring him after Suicide Squad 2016, when he was sending videos of dead rats being tased to Will Smith. I think that should have put enough people off. TBH. Yep. I agree. I fully agree with this. This is a great replacement. Tommy Wiseau should replace all of Jared Leto's stuff for sure. The other train of interesting directors. I need to hop on the Neil Breen train. Like, I'm Neil Breen pilled, but I haven't actually watched any of his movies because I missed out on the watch along with my roommates. And now that he has that new movie, we're gonna hopefully go through them all again, or at least I will be going through all of his films, and then we'll all watch the new movie. I think he's also acceptable for replacement. Ooh. Just saw The Birdcage yesterday. How'd you enjoy it? Hilarious movie. Hell yeah. Adapted from a French movie. Nice. Hilarious movie. It takes a lot to upstage Williams, but Nathan Lane does it. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because Robin Williams is the man. Hell yeah. I'll have to take a look. I'll give that a looky loo. Let me add it to my watch list. The last movie I watched was Sinners. Which I highly recommend. Sinners was fantastic. But I feel like that does not need to be said. I feel like everybody just collectively understands that film is amazing. Let me put this on my watch list. Boom. I've got a couple of movies just up here that I need to watch. I've got let me go get them actually. Might need to get on Fortnite now that Boomhauer's in it. I don't think Boomhauer's in Fortnite. I think it's just Hank, at least from what I've seen. If it's everybody, that's amazing. But I think it's Hank, Cleveland, and Bob. Yeah. They didn't do. It wasn't a King of the Hill collab. It was specifically just a bunch of Fox dads. Yeah. Yeah. No, because I would have been running around as Dale. Throw tomatoes at Epic. Hey, I think it might be popular enough that we'll get some more. Fingers crossed. But for now, we just have to chill. We just gotta chill with Hank. I was hoping we'd at least get like Hank, Bobby, and Peggy. Um, because the new Bobby is at least tall enough to fit the models. Your limits are Boomhauer and the rumored Daft Punk collab. I completely understand. Mine was Piccolo, of course. I've talked about that. New Bobby looks like a chill guy. I agree. He literally just looks like Bobby, but as an adult. Like how I genuinely would picture an adult, a mature Bobby would look, you know. And I love it so much. That's my guy right there, you know. Oh, cool. Yeah, exactly. Eating a good meal. That's what I was about. Yes. He's like recommending something delicious to Guy Fieri. Sorry, I was getting fucking distracted. Oh, let me get off these heinous websites for now. Oh man. Oh, hopefully I can get some like crazy sleep tomorrow. I'm just so sore. I'm so sore. Um, chat. What has everybody been doing recently? Been playing? What are we gaming on? I myself have been predominantly playing Fortnite. And dabbling in some Lego Batman 2 as well. That I've been playing with my roommate. We're finally back on that grind. But tabletop RPG and otherwise, I just want to know what we're doing, what we're gaming. I know man from NAR is working on ZZZ. Got Warhammer Fix coming in soon. What you got? Well, okay. I guess the first question is: are they 40K or fantasy? I want to know. I want to know what man you are. Age of Sigmar? Cool. I guess that is also a necessary distinction. Very cool. I don't really have a whole lot of 40K knowledge because I don't really like it. Predominantly just because it's space and it's like whatever for me, which is funny because I really want to do a lot of sci-fi stuff. That and I think a lot of people take some of the 40K lore a little too seriously. But I'm a Warhammer fantasy guy myself, predominantly because I play a decent chunk of Total War Warhammer 3. Oh, it's so bleak, it gets tiring? Yeah. But I don't play the game traditionally. I kind of just like painting the miniatures, personally. The actual war game, the tactics doesn't interest me too much. And I genuinely don't think you get better sculpts than GW. GW Plastic, their sculpts are just really, really good. But I do like Bones. I do have a massive collection of Bones figures that have painted or primed. I haven't done any mini painting in a minute, and all my minis are up here with my. I think I have like 2 or 3 gunpla kits I need to make as well. I've got my full armor Alex is right here, I'm pretty sure. And then I have a couple of others over here. Age of Sigmar, is there at least the opportunity for things to get better? Yeah, and they're also doing they're rebooting fantasy a little bit into like Old World or something. I can't quite remember. If Brett was in the chat, he'd be able to correct me. But that's what they're doing to bring back Tomb Kings and stuff. First time doing it. Fix should come in tomorrow. Yeah, it's Old World. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm a rat guy. I like Skaven. Let me pause. My Steam has been downloading a bunch of stuff. Never mind, it downloaded one thing. I don't know why I just dropped a bunch of frames here. Such is the power of Nagash. Exactly. Oh, nice. Nighthaunt's sick. Those sculpts look really cool. Are you more interested in playing? Or are you going to be painting them up? I don't blame you one way or the other. For the record, you're gonna do both. Cool. Yeah, I like the bony skeletons. These little ghost dudes. They look sick. It's gonna be a lot of fun to paint, especially because you pick some a faction with a lot of cloth, which would be good because cloth is pretty easy to paint. I'm always scared of doing armor and metal personally. But you know, I think different people also have different opinions. I'm sure there were people who would be like, yeah, armor's easiest. Your local game store's a league? Nice. Go to paint, but you're super down for playing? Hell yeah. I'm glad you got some motion at your local game store. Good stuff to be spending some time over there. Always support your local game stores, Chad. I need to be once I acquire some fundage for more books and more space. It'll be after my move. I'm hoping to buy some stuff from my my local game store because they were recently robbed. They did a smash and grab for Pokemon cards and shit, and it pissed me the fuck off. Heard non-metallic metal's tough. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Um, yeah, it is. Which is why most of the stuff I've done has been metallic metal. Because you're just using metallic paint. Same thing happened at yours. Yeah, this whole like scalper thing. The just um uh that has been like trending for a lot of I guess like I don't know. I think like kick streamers, like that specific subset of the internet, has been kind of pissing me off because they're not in it for the game or anything like that. They're in it for the money. Pokemon card obsession has gone way too far. And it sucks. I don't know if my local game store has an exact tally, but you know they lost an ass load of money because of losing a lot of high value cards like that. So it sucks. I saw a guy on TikTok reviewing Pokemon cards without talking about viability or value, just the art. It's insured? Yeah, I don't know. I'd assume it would be. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. It was really funny though because they it happened and then they were having a spring cleaning sale and a lot of people showed out. So they got a good turnout anyway. So they were still able to sort of make something good out of the negative, um, which is good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope that happened to them as well. I mean, I would assume they would be smart and have insured those cards, but you never know. You never know. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know why these people only care about the value, the money about these cards. I wish it would go in the hands of collectors and not greedy scalpers, but you know, what can you do when that's how you monetize your card game? You know, that's how you kind of have to do it. Um, so it's just sad to see. It's just sad to see. I recently switched to Firefox. I know I talked about this. I think the last time I streamed, which I think was a 24-hour stream. It may have been before that. But I hate how it gives me a bunch of stories on my new tab page, and I gotta figure out how to get rid of that because it's very bloated. Um, as opposed to my original Chrome new tab, which was just like all the frequent websites I use. Not to mention the first three websites that it recommends me are all taken up by sponsored positions, sponsored websites, which also pisses me off. But I am so far very glad I made the switch because I definitely think that the web browser has been treating my computer a lot better than Chrome has. So, really grateful you play a tier 3 game so your cards never get stolen. Nice. Nice. I assume by tier 3, and the game you're specifically talking about is Flesh and Blood, right? That's the one you've mostly been playing? Or have you hopped off that train? Goodness. Still on Flesh and Blood? Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I've heard from various like card game enjoyers. I do hear whispers of Flesh and Blood sometimes, which is pretty cool. Mm. Let me sit proper in this chair so I don't fucking own my knees, man. Oh, will be relevant one day. I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of people. The Magic has been at least from the incredibly small Magic circle that I'm in. My friends who play have said it's been on the decline for a bit. Wizards has been, oh, at least just for their enjoyment, it's still doing well, relatively. I think, at least from my understanding. I could be wrong. I haven't seen any more recent data. But with Magic sort of, or Wizards in general, kind of shooting themselves in the foot. I know people have been kind of looking towards other things, which is cool. Marvel set you feel is going to be a nail? Yeah, I assume Marvel will probably kill it a little bit further. I don't think it's going to fully kill it. But like it's been kind of wild. It's funny you say that because I know they had a couple years ago. Of course, they had a Magic collaboration or Fortnite collaboration with Magic, so you can get like a battle bus and stuff, which I just think is really funny. But they really have. Final Fantasy was an interesting choice. I'm glad that it was all games and not just 7 remake. Because I do think it's a little wild. Um, but yeah, I more or less dropped the original lore. Yeah, yeah, they have, which sucks. Um, but I've been kind of like, you know, neither here nor there. I only play whenever they need a fourth in EDH. I'm not really. Um, I haven't really been able to like sink my teeth into understanding deck building or anything to the point where it becomes fun for me. So I just kind of like I just jump into discard my win con and that's that. Cause a little bit of mischief. Um, so it's pretty funny. Uh, yeah, we have no idea what they're doing with Nicol Bolas. We have no idea what they're doing with Phyrexia. They only care about these collabs. And the thing that sucks the most about it, I think, is the fact that like I don't think these collabs are having the retention that you would want. You know, you want players to like keep playing your game, right? But if I'm only here for the Final Fantasy collab and I only want the Final Fantasy cards, like that's it, right? You only play bad decks, that's awesome. I play decent decks. They hand me precons that are pretty good, and I just play those. Hop in for the Fallout set and dip, yeah, but that's my point, right? They'll hop in for like these really these collab sets, and they just don't buy any more cards. So I don't really see I don't see the longevity in that, which sucks. Also, the Fallout cards were kind of bad, just from like the general quality of the art and stuff. I'm sure that mechanically they were fine. There might be like one or two things that you could use in the meta, but I don't know. Again, not a Magic man. I don't really know anything. I just kind of like play. Yes, I didn't even realize they threw some 76 in there. I think it does hurt me a little bit that they wasted Appalachia for their survival crafting MMO. Because I think a Fallout game, like a standalone, not MMO type game in Appalachia would have been really, really cool as a setting. 76 is interesting these days. Not gonna lie, I fully understand it. Like I know that they've like put a lot of love into the game, but I'm not really a survival crafting kind of guy. Like um, not really into that. The Rust sort of style game is not my thing. Because like I play Minecraft. It's a survival crafting game, but like it's a little different. It's a little different. Gotta do Fallout NOLA. I agree. I think it's a very good place for it. Would love some Gator Death Claws. I agree. I would also like to see a non-United States Fallout, but I don't think we're gonna get there, since it does kind of go against some of the Fallout stuff. But I guess that's what the Fallout London mod is for, right? Problem is the game's modern aesthetic is so tied to Americana. I know. Yeah, absolutely it is. And it's kind of hard to sort of shy away from that. But like I feel like if you do put it in a different setting, there are like other aesthetics you could nail in, you know? Not so much 1 and 2, but the FPS ones are steeped in it. Yes, obviously. Because 1 and 2 is just, you know, isometric wasteland shit. And I agree, and that is one of the things that makes it a little difficult. But you know, I feel like they still could. They're not going to, but they still could. They'd have to find new branding. Yeah, potentially. I guess it would sort of lack the sort of sauce that you get off of having like the Pip-Boy and stuff like that. But I think an interesting and they have explored it in a DLC in 3. At least I'm pretty sure. It's been several years since I played 3. But I think like a natural sort of side to it would be Soviet Russia. That would get us some stuff, and it doesn't have to necessarily tread on the same vibes that what is it? Atomic Heart does. Even Canada would be interesting. Yeah, I agree with that. Or Mexico. I know we've already got some desert-ish stuff with New Vegas, but America invaded and annexed them. Yeah, that would be sick. You get some really, really cool stuff. And I think having, you know, kind of a cold environment, assuming, you know, I'm not a Fallout lore hound, unfortunately. But assuming it's not completely turned into a desert there. The heat kills everything. I think snow would be really sick. Moose Deathclaw. I guess you'd probably more than likely have Moose Brahmin. Two-headed Meese. That would suck, I feel like. Fallout Nuclear Winter, they did the job for him. You absolutely did. And that's what they should do. We should be getting more, like, I don't want just Fallout 5. I think they should just do Moose Radstag. Yep. I think we should get more, like, Fallout subtitle. And, like, Obsidian's back under Microsoft, so who knows? I do know I'm not really excited for anything Bethesda's gonna put out. Starfield kind of killed that for me. which sucks. It killed Elder Scrolls for me. I don't think the new Elder Scrolls is gonna be gas. But we'll see. Obsidian should be in charge of the Fallout IP going forward. Yeah, probably. I know it's got a lot of different people from the people who worked on New Vegas, but that would be good. I don't know how Outer Worlds did. I haven't heard too much buzz about it. So, I wanted to play it, but I haven't bothered to pick it up yet. I know it's supposed to be kind of, like, fine, from my understanding. Outer Worlds 1 was Dead on Arrival. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. But something did well enough for them to at least do a second one, so. The thing that I didn't like about Outer Wilds was the weird Rick and Morty NPC. First town's the best area in the game in terms of nailing themes. That's what I've heard. I've heard that the first town is sick, and then after that, it's like fine. Having to pay off your grave is very dead on and well done. Nice. I'll never use it again. Yeah. But we can hope. We can hope that they'll be attached to Fallout in some capacity. At least for X years, and if your family fell behind on the payments, they'd exhume and toss your ass into the wilderness. That's hilarious. That's really funny. I love that. The bandits would eat you. That would be horrifying if I was like exhumed and then consumed. But also, it's like I wouldn't know. I wouldn't care. Housing was based on work. That's crazy. That's crazy. Otherwise, it's not a subtle game. That's fine. Doesn't always have to be subtle. What is this? Is that He-Man? He-Man? Or are they doing another Conan? off Twitter. I keep doing this. Let me give a looky Lou. Let's see what else. What else have I been doing? Lego Batman's been fun. We finished the story. It took us 6 hours, and then we realized 90% of it's going to be in the open world. I haven't touched Eye Divine Cybermancy in a little bit, but I am excited to get back into that eventually. There may or may not be a sequel, which is really funny. And I fully believe that me and my roommates are the reason it's back. We also need to tap back into Blood Typers. I just feel like I haven't been able to game. I've been trying to get good at SimCity 3000. But I'm kind of ass at it. I keep just losing all my money. I mean, this is why I'm not a city planner, you know? Gotta get in on Street Fighter 6? Absolutely, especially with this new cast coming out over the next couple of months. Absolutely. How is your hand been treating you? Feeling a little bit better and better? Been too long since we had a fight night? Yeah, I mean it's the unfortunate reality. The best day for it was Fridays. And y'all are doing Cyberpunk now, so since I do stuff on Saturday and Sunday night, I can't really do anything like that anymore. But I'm always interested in playing some, cause my Honda can keep getting better. And I'm gonna have to get some experience against some of these new people. I have barely any Elena experience at all fighting her, and we're about to get fucking Sagat on top of it, so. Reassemble this so you can do Cyberpunk again? Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm sure you guys would be closing it down eventually, you know? All campaigns have to come to an end at some point. But I'm also glad y'all are still locked in. Especially for something like 2020. I'm always glad to see systems that aren't 5e in play, you know? Huh. Next day you take a Friday off. You'll pay me and we can roll Friday nights again. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be totally down. Cause I know I've talked about it before. I do miss running little events like that. Gondor and whatnot. It was always fun to just get a bunch of people in a voice chat and do some gun game or Street Fighter, right? And do some sets, shoot the shit. It was good. It was good stuff. It was great stuff. Hopefully sometime I was originally gonna do it this weekend, but I just had so much pile up over the week. I didn't get a chance to finish reading. Yeah, the Blades in the Dark book. But I've been meaning to run a Blades one shot for everybody at some point. And I'm hoping that'll be fun. It'll be the next time that I have confirmation that my Saturdays are... One of my Saturdays is canceled. And of course I'm not working. Because I think Blades in the Dark is one of the most fun systems that I've played and am currently playing right now. Part of the reason I'm ending stream tonight early is because I have a bump in the dark session, which is it's just a hack. It's part of the Forged in the Dark suite, so to speak. But there's a bunch of hacks for Blades in the Dark for different genres and stuff. And this one is just horror. It's really cool stuff. I would like to run it at some point because I think y'all tabletop RPG broskies would be interested in some of that. Cause it's got some really cool stuff. Very narrative focused, which is really cool. Also, it being relatively rules light, we can straight up like make characters in like 5 minutes and stuff. Doesn't take too long, and it has a lot of really good philosophy in the book, which is nice. Chat, you're gonna get hit with the final wave of ads for today, because I will be ending around 5:30. So if you have not already used your Prime or subscribed or purchased Twitch Turbo, you should do that now. Otherwise you're gonna get hit with some fucking ads. Rules Light's the way to go for online sessions. Yeah, I think it depends. I don't think that a rules heavy system necessarily can't be done online. My 5e game was predominantly online for 2-ish years or so, before we sort of met in a hybrid situation where we were partially in person, partially online. And that is where that current group is now. We play partially in person and partially online. As a matter of fact, Lego and myself have been booted to be the online people. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But I think Rules Light does make it a lot easier to learn stuff, and thus allowing some online play to just be facilitated rather easily, which is nice. But I definitely think it depends on your table and whatever you guys are trying to do, you know? Because like I ran a GURPS one shot that I thought was perfectly fine. I can't remember. I don't think you were a part of that. You may have been. Because I know you were there for Fist, if memory serves correctly. But GURPS is like the king of rules heavy stuff. And I know that there is a lot of Fist ruled. Yeah, Fist was really sick. Did also happen to be rules light, which is sick. I feel like tonally I could have done some differences there. And it was kind of expected that both my GURPS game and my Fist game would have some similarities, because Metal Gear Solid is one of many inspirations for Fist. And I know that obviously it's what I was trying to do with GURPS, is see if I could simulate the tactical espionage. And I feel like GURPS does that more and better. While Fist, I think, works in its own... better in its own vacuum instead of trying to put it in whatever inspired it, you know? because I don't really think aliens work for a Metal Gear Solid game. Not to say, there's obviously like some superpowers and stuff like that, but um, I think there's like ghosts and aliens and stuff in Fist that I don't know if I think work. But I think on its own, Fist is really really cool. And it's kind of similar to how Blades does it. Um, Rathalos is in Metal Gear Solid 3. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I completely forgot about that. um, I'm trying to think what else. I just have a bunch of systems. Like I've been really wanting to do some like horror stuff too, like liminal horror, and Mothership. And Mothership is also in part because I have really been wanting to do uh, space. I have a hankering for space. I have a hankering for a sci-fi game. Uh, because most of the stuff that I've been doing has been. I'm currently in a Delta Green God's Teeth campaign right now that we're doing every Sunday, which is horror, modern. It's very like a darker X Files, or I guess there are some episodes of X Files that are dark. So space sci-fi, but it's whether or not I want to go for that horror pivot or do something like Starfinder, which is just space fantasy. Um, I'm not really sure which angle I'd want to do for that. Because Mothership is very much like Alien. It's like gritty stuff. Dude, I'm really bad at Sinistar. It's a tough game. I'm pretty decent at Robotron. I get better every year. But I agree. I don't know. I've had a real big hankering for space and sci-fi, which is why I'm really excited for we have an eventual Blades in the Dark game coming up that is going to be based off of Cowboy Bebop, which is going to be really fun. Beware, Sinistar. Been starved of good sci-fi space tabletop RPG. You shall not calm down, which I understand. But also, I think it's because you and I are really the only sci-fi people. I think you and I were the only two that were tagged on for a potential Starfinder first edition game, and then we never got to do anything with that. I would like to do a Starfinder game at some point, but I personally want to wait for second edition. But that's because I'm addicted to Pathfinder 2e, and I kind of need the 3-action economy. So if I want to get my space stuff in early, I'd either run that Blades hack, or do something like Lancer, which I know is space, but it's also more mechs, or Mothership. They have an evolutionist in Starfighter Enhanced. Yeah, I don't know what all they're porting over in the first run for or base run rather, the base books, the core. There we are, the core books for Starfinder 2e. And I don't think we're seeing Starfinder 2e until next year at the earliest. Mech Battle Go Hard, yeah, mechs are really cool. I wish I was fluent in Spanish because there's this one game that I've really been wanting to play that is directly inspired, like literally directly inspired by One Piece. And apparently it's really really good. It's just it's a Spanish company that makes it. So it's the book's entirely in Spanish and it is not in English. And I don't want to use deep learning. I don't want to use AI to translate it because I don't think it would give me anything accurate. But that's not related to space in any capacity. It's just something I've been wanting to do for a while. Lancer could be cool. You'd be down for Lancer. Lancer, now, I will say, Lancer's not rules light. It's interesting because it's actually broken up into 2 parts. So I guess it's half rules light. Anytime you're playing as just your pilot, it treats itself more as like a rules light-esque game, and then the other phase is all the mechs, and the mechs is very heavy because it's all like tactical stuff. So beware. I remember ages ago it was, what was it called? What was it? Was it the Triangle Agency? That was like Control-esque. I remember I was watching a video on it, and I know, yeah, you had it. And I was like, I remember if I was ever in that game, I have to tell you, I think I'm like 1 or 2 demerits in, because I was watching a video on it, because the guy was talking about how very meta the book is, down to obviously the demerit system. I'm sure you've read through it, so you know what I'm talking about. And because of watching that video, I didn't watch it all the way through because I was like, I don't want to cook myself. But I am like a demerit or 2 in already from starting off rip, which will be kind of fun. But I really appreciate that about the game. I thought it was really neat. Even though I personally think tonally, for a similar concept, I lean more towards Delta Green. Naughty, hey. In my defense, he did warn me. And I wasn't necessarily sure if I would end up playing it. But I know it was something that you may run in the future, so I do have to let you know. Because I like playing honest, and I also like playing by whatever detriment I can do to the character, because I like failure, I like struggle. So that is my thing. You know, I personally think that I would much rather fail a roll because I think the outcome is far more interesting than if I succeed or critically succeed. That is how I feel. I think I've talked about this before on stream, but that's sort of my vibe. As much as it does feel good to win, I feel like win. See, this is the problem with the philosophy. There's no winning a tabletop RPG, right? You're trying to make a story. Failure is more interesting, exactly. It's a potential for failure, and this is why I like Blades in the Dark so much. So Blades in the Dark is a D6 system. You just use a bunch of D6s, and you get 1 through 3 is a failure, 4 or 5 is a partial success, and a 6 is a success. If you get 2 6s, that's a crit. And so that's what makes the system really, really fun, is you have, different margins depending on how many dice you have, but you also have this like middle point, right? This partial success. So you still succeed, but with a complication. And then sometimes even when you fail, you can still fail upwards. Like whatever it was that you were trying to do doesn't necessarily succeed. However, there is like it's not a total loss. There's still some other avenues you can do. And that's why I'm so juiced for that particular system, because I think it has refocused how I like to how I would tackle a story at a table. There's I'm about to throw out some jargon that's not going to make sense to anybody, but it pulls you out almost from the third frame of role playing, and sort of has you focus on the mechanics above the table for a second, and like discuss how the story is going to go, so that way you're able to like figure out what would be more interesting for the narrative, as opposed to like, how do I beat this boss? Sometimes the objective is not always to beat the guy. Sometimes the objective is to have your character get killed in one of the coolest ways possible, because he's got to go out with a bang, you know. Um, and I just think tackling that, tackling the stories from that perspective, it's a cool frame. It's a cool frame. It's a cool frame. Shout out to Dread. Shout out to Dread. Jenga tabletop RPG. Oh, that sounds really fun. I assume everything crumbles once the tower falls is sort of the idea. Other games. I feel like I'm vaguely familiar with Dread, but not to a huge degree. But I am a Ten Candles man. It is a game I want to play at some point. Tower falls, your character dies. Sick. Um, I do want to try a Ten Candles game at some point. And I don't want to say too much about Ten Candles because like the more you know about Ten Candles, it may ruin a little bit of it for you. But it's a horror game, and it is post or not post. I think it is apocalyptic. It's like during an apocalypse, and you literally light 10 tea candles, which is it's really cool. It's just a really cool system. And that's why I like a lot of indie systems that are like trying to do different things with the game system as a whole, you know? Trying to see what else I got cooking here. If I got any other tabletop RPGs I can discuss. Um, what have I been doing? We got Minutes to Midnight was good. That's Blades in the Dark. I already told you guys about Bump in the Dark. I'm just addicted to Blades. What is this? Dogs? Oh yeah. Dogs is cool. Kane. Oh, I wish. I wish. One of these days I'll play Kane. Kane is really cool. It's basically directly inspired by like JJK, Chainsaw Man. I definitely have talked about it on stream before. And it's made by the same guy who did Lancer. Really, 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 really cool. Really cool game. I haven't had an opportunity to play it, but I'd like to. Oh, that's one of my favorite things. Probably my all-time favorite mechanic about well, okay, I got two favorite mechanics from Blades. Number one, which is more player focused. Blades is a really cool flashback system. So that way you're not sitting down and planning every aspect of your heist. You can flash back and describe how you have already planned or play out a scene, how you've already planned to solve some sort of hurdle that you're in the middle of. And I find it to be a really, really cool system, or mechanic rather, in the system that sort of allows for an interesting avenue of game expression, gameplay. Because obviously you are, you know, almost retconning in a way, which we sometimes do at a table anyway, because sometimes roles are monsters or some bullshit happens, especially if you're running out of a book. And I think it's really creative and unique. Despite, I think I've only flashbacked once or twice in all the Blades games that I've done. Um, and the other mechanic that I'm a really big fan of, and I do think can be used in other systems. Not to say flashbacks can't. I think flashbacks have like a time or a place for them. Um, and this is both GM and player, but mostly on the player side, is the clock system, and is quite literally like a pie, you know. And then you have 4, 6, or 8 slivers. I guess technically, if you wanted to, you could do some in the middle. Um, um, but you essentially start to fill them in as things develop, and it helps boost tension and increase sort of the severity of choices and things like that. And it just moves things along too, which is really nice. And you can also use it to track long-term projects and stuff, which is nice. So very, very big fan of that. Phil Themin. I had to say that out loud. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Phil Themin. Welcome back, man from Nar. Welcome back. How is your ZZZ run? Oh, damn. Feeling a little drained? Yeah. Oh, you're green now. What the hell? Gotta get back into ZZZ? Yeah, I don't have the time. Otherwise, I probably also would. Um, but I am, of all the Hoyo games, I'm pro ZZZ the most. I think it is the most fun. I also like it aesthetically far more than I do the other two. Um, just do the training stuff, get some combat in and rewards in. Yeah, absolutely. I put like, I think like 8 hours or so. It might be a little less, but I did put a decent chunk of time into it when it had first dropped. Because I remember you had mentioned something about getting the Bear Man, and then I remembered that I think I already had done that. Because you do get him from a quest reward. But it's always one of those things. It's like whenever I'm looking to like boot something up just off rip, off random, I usually end up going to Fortnite or an incremental idle game. I like my little clickers. And then lately I've been doing roguelites and puzzle games too. Shout out Nine Kings. Play Nine Kings. Nine Kings is great. If you're not really into the pegging for Nubby, Nine Kings is a really cool strategy to it. Ben is free. Actually has some attacks with Kaleido you can trigger. Oh yeah, I would bet. Oh, and that's the genre. I like how it's a character action game. Looking into Nine Kings, but you got a mortgage now, so you're saving your cash. Yeah, nah, completely understandable. Completely understandable. You gotta save the little bits and pieces when you can. And it'll go on sale soon enough anyway. Plus, it's not even like fully done. There's still two kings that have yet to be put into the game, so you know, might as well wait until that happens. Bare minimum. It's not like it's gonna go anywhere, you know. If you're both in the party, the special and basic attacks have Colada adding some punch to Ben's weapon. Ooh, nice. 7 kings, yeah. 7 kings currently. The other two are going to be really cool, I hope. Yeah, I like the fact that it is a party game. Party, not like a party game like Mario Party, but it has a party. Because I think the fact that it tries to utilize synergies, and obviously not just between characters within their own respective factions, but I'm pretty sure some characters outside of factions have some stuff you can do with. You can have some really cool synergies and play styles, which is nice, even though it is less mechanically interesting than Devil May Cry 3, which is always going to be my gold standard for character action games. But, you know, you've got, like, pay money for the Devil May Cry HD collection. ZZZ is free, so I can understand if you gotta get your fix, you gotta get your fix. I've actually considered playing Devil May Cry 3 on the stream before. 4 buttons, yeah. Yep. No, I was not. I was not expecting DMC depth in ZZZ. I mean, I expect DMC depth in all character action games, I guess. But, like, I did not assume it was going to be Devil May Cry. You know? Dogpile? I mean, yeah, that's fair. Fair and valid. Remember that one Shakespeare cutscene in DMC4? I think it was DMC4. I agree with you, I think. Let's find out. If it was in 2, I wouldn't know it. So... The guy who's the bug? Yeah. Yep. I remember that guy. But obviously it was also through Dante, which I remember a lot less, because I was kind of trying to just go through it. The downside to Devil May Cry 4 is that you go through the entire game in reverse again. It is for confirmed? Yeah, it is for confirmed. Yeah, I need to be hitting that grind. I need to jump on Bayonetta. Level 50 on Fortnite. What's up? What's up, man? Welcome in. Best part of DMC is that Dante is just 100% down for whatever bullshit. Yeah, and he just deals with it. Also, I like how he's a fucking goober. You're grinding that shit out, Mom. I unfortunately cannot say the same. Halfway through your battle pass? Yeah. Oh, I know. I know what level 50 means. I know it means you're halfway through the battle pass. I'm gonna at least wait for July 11th, so I don't have too difficult of a time getting Superman. Since he's gonna be all account level based. That shit look like the battle pass. The battle pass. That should look like the battle pass. Um, I know I have to go in a few minutes here, and I know I said I was gonna do 5:30, but I do wanna talk about how Superman pilled I am. Um, I I'm kind of like mad hopeful. Funny enough, because it's Superman. I know. I have stuff I gotta do tonight. I know I started late and whatnot. I'm not gonna be able to promise a stream on Wednesday, but I do hope to stream on Wednesday. And I hate that I have to be a lot less consistent. But we'll see what happens. James Gunn knows what he's doing. Yeah, like every piece of marketing that I've seen, every trailer that I've watched, I'm so fucking excited for Superman. And I don't think I've been excited for Superman since I was a young kid, rushing into my mom's room while she was doing laundry, to watch Smallville. Like that. It's been years. It's been years since I've been like, "Ooh, this is gonna be good." Um, and I obviously knew it was gonna be in good hands since he's fucking directing and writing it. Cause the Suicide Squad was good. Uh, all three Guardians movies are like top. They're in my top 10 Marvel movies for sure. Um, and so I have a lot of faith in Superman. I do think there is still a chance, and this has been the big thing for me. I do think there's a chance that it could fall flat, and it's the same thing for Fantastic Four. There's always that chance that the movie's gonna suck, and I think if Fantastic Four sucks, I think that's officially gonna be it for me for the MCU, because I already don't like what they're doing with Doctor Doom. And so if that movie, which already looks really really good, sucks dookie, I'm not here for it. Excited for Guy Gardner. The only Green Lantern, like I know of Guy Gardner, I know he's like a dickhead, and that's the point. And a lot of the stuff in the promotion, I think it's funny. But like I'm not a diehard Green Lantern fan. I haven't read any of the comics, so I don't know how much of Guy Gardner um, I should be expecting beyond him being like mean and a dickhead. Like I've seen his bare ass on the window and shit like that. So Fantastic Four sucking would be brutal. See, they confirmed Franklin's in it. Yes, I did see that. So I'm very interested to see what it's gonna be like. I have a lot of hope. A lot of the marketing looks good, but like it's the MCU. Like I genuinely think this movie's gonna be a make or break for Marvel as a whole. I think if this movie isn't great, it's gonna be cooked. But we'll at least have DC. So. Super pumped for the X-Men and MCU. Give me Gambit and Magneto. I want Gambit and Magneto as well. Although I am a Nightcrawler truther. Like that's my guy. There have been rumors that we're getting Gambit. Specifically, Channing Tatum's Gambit though, not just like Gambit as a whole. My big thing is I don't want Hugh Jackman to keep playing Wolverine. Nightcrawler is cool, but Remy is too cool. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, we love Remy. Love his dynamic with Rogue. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he just exudes flavor. Yeah, let Jackman retire. Exactly. I think he either needs to be. They need to recast him if they're trying to have Logan still, and there's plenty of really good picks. But I would be okay with Laura taking the mantle. Um, I think she'd be really cool to be the MCU's Wolverine. I know that might change some things, a lot of things, obviously. Did I see the Mr. Miracle series got confirmed? Yes. And I do want to read the Mr. Miracle comics before like the Tom King run, even though I do know um, I did see all the buzz. I did not realize he was a. I knew he had some espionage shit. I did not realize it was because he's affiliated with the CIA. Um, so that was a very interesting discovery. Um, but I know his run for Vision is also highly regarded as well. Tom King says Mr. Miracle is great. Yep, yep. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Um, but I think I'm gonna slow my roll on comics for a minute. I've got like a lot saved that I want to read. Like I really want to read Alias. The Max publishing for Jessica Jones. Or run for Jessica Jones. Um, and then I actually have an X-Men volume over there that I need to read in return to my boy Travis. Um, so that is where it's at. Um, but yeah, I'm unreasonably excited for Superman. Um, and I hope it does well because it's going to be the big one that kicks it off. Even though I know Creature Commandos was the first thing in the DCU, the new universe. This movie's going to be huge. Local library has Dungeon Meshi. You're rolling through it slowly. Yes, I tapped into Dungeon Meshi for a couple of chapters back in high school and didn't stick with it. But now that I know it's done, and has had such a positive reception through the anime, it's one I want to go through again. Um, but I just have a really bad backlog of manga right now. Because aside from like all the weeklies I'm in, I'm also slowly reading through Kaiji, um, and Banana Fish, which is great. Banana Fish, I just have to keep taking breaks from for two reasons. Number one, the only way I've been able to read it has been exclusively by volumes as opposed to chapters. And two, it is a very heavy subject matter. It has a lot of heavy subject matter, and so sometimes I just have to take a break. Did I watch the anime on Netflix? I did not. I have not been watching anime since Don Da Don season one. The first three episodes were in theaters, and I unfortunately missed the first couple of season two. I wanted to watch those in theaters as well, and I'm pretty sure it was just for a weekend, so I've already missed that. Um, but that's what I'm hoping for. Um, Once addressed me, you understand the horror of the setting. Yes, yes, yes. I do know that it has a turn, which is good. What I miss in theaters, in anime. I missed the first three episodes of the new season of Don Da Don, which I have been singing its praises for a while. It's so funny you're popping in. I'm fixing to dip. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes here. because I have a session at 6. I was originally going to stop at 5:30 because I have I was gonna make some food. Interesting that it was in theaters. Yeah, they did it for season 1, which is really cool. Yeah, I also love your timing. Because it is an animated masterpiece. It's very well done. I think Sayat Saru went kind of stupid with it, and it looks so good. And I wanted to support it because I want more like that. I think we need more anime that doesn't look the same, if that makes sense. Power's out yet again. She wanted to say hi. Well, hi. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's probably 5:40 that I'm gonna dip and see if I can boil up this tofu before I have a session tonight. Hydrate. You're in luck. I got just a swallow of water left. Why am I red? What? Whoa, now we're back to normal. Why was it red? Is it the water bottle? No? Yes? No? I don't know. I need a new camera. You're angry? Grr, I know. I should have went like... That would have looked good. But yeah. I think I'll leave that here. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for my returning subscribers. Greatly appreciated. I will be back hopefully Wednesday. I'm not gonna promise anything right now. And we'll figure out where we go from there. We'll circle back on this discussion topic come Wednesday if I'm streaming. Otherwise, I may or may not see you guys next week, depending on what I got going on. Because I gotta go get my car fixed, and that might be a couple of days. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking. If you missed all of my yapping about how I feel my schedule is going to work out and how my gaming is going to go, go to the beginning of the VOD when I talk about it. You can only be on specifically if you're off work or whatever. Yeah, no, and there's no pressure to be here anytime or every time I'm streaming, you know? It's never like that. But always happy to see y'all when you guys roll through here. So, whenever you can, whenever I'm live, hop in. Well, only for you. You've got a job you have to do as my mod. So, it's literally you and Lego who are obligated to be here. But okay, I need to go. I need to get on out of here. And I will see you guys. Let me go send you guys over to Artie. If you guys don't mind sticking around for a little bit of a raid. I haven't been able to raid in a minute. We'll go do a little raid. I think she's rebuilding her PC right now. Because it has been having some problems. Go hang out. She's super chill, super cool. Love it over there. And watch a PC build. Watch a PC build. Watch that come in. Watch that cook. Watch that. Have fun. I will see you guys the next time I'm streaming. Have a good one.